Joining me here on the news track is Sudhir Krishna, former Secretary of Urban Development, the Government of India. We also have H.S. Sanchetti, former Chief Town Planner and Director of the Jaipur Development Authority. Good evening. Thank you for joining us under extremely grim circumstances with this tragedy that's happened. But the question, and I'd like to begin with Mr. Sudhir Krishna right now, is Mr. Krishna, everyone's asking, where do you fix accountability in this case or in so many such collapses that we see? But let's talk about what happened in this case in Gujarat. This is a 4-year-old bridge. Maintenance happened last year. And so there will be questions about whether there were lapses, whether this was a problem of maintenance or just poor, shoddy construction.
Well, I think the bottom, we have to go to the bottom of the problem. And as I understand, after examining all the whatever I could gather, that there are two sides of the responsibility. One is systemic failure, and second is the individual failure. So talking of the individual failure, let me come to that. The rules in every state, this is a state bridge. The rules in every state mandate that every bridge shall be inspected at least 2 times in a year by the assistant engineer or junior engineer. And when he notices anything which is like showing that sign of weakness, he has to report to his seniors, who will promptly inspect it and take corrective action. So, and executive engineer of the division is in charge of all the bridges and roads in his jurisdiction, and he has to certify every year that all the bridges are in good condition. Right. So just I'm going by the book. And therefore, any bridge which collapses, prima facie, the executive engineer is responsible. Number one. Having said that, matter may not be settled just like that, because on the media we cannot take the call. If the executive engineer had reported to his superiors that this bridge requires repairs and they did not heed to him, they did not provide him support, then they are also responsible. So that is how it goes. That is one. Secondly, a little broader picture also. If you have few minutes for me, I can explain also.
Sure.
You see, the infrastructure requires maintenance. We have got bridges in this country which are more than 100-year-old and they are still strong. Straight away, I will name the Pamban Bridge on the Rameshwaram.
Correct.
Which was built in the year 1914, 2.3 kilometer long bridge in the ocean, facing the strong ocean breeze day and night, facing the saline water of the ocean 24/7, facing huge rains, and it has also withstood the cyclone also.
Correct.
1964 cyclone has been, even today it is, though we have made a new bridge, for reasons that we wanted more traffic, etc., etc. That is a different thing. But the bridge was very much serviceable even today. We have got Hooghly, on Hooghly, we have got the Howrah Bridge. And that bridge even today, 1940s it was built. Today, and was built on cantilever only, no nut and bolt, only on riveting and so on. It is valid today also, carrying huge traffic. Huge traffic. Nobody says it is overcrowded and is collapsing. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
We have got Coronation Bridge on Tista River in the northeast, which was also built like, in the 40s and is still valid. And we have got umpteen smaller bridges, like more than 100-year-old bridges are around. So, and even the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, by official circular of September 2016, they have informed that everybody means all those who matter, that bridge life is 100 years. So therefore, there is no way we can say this bridge was, having lost its life and so on. The maintenance is the issue. So on the one hand, we have to see the design issue also, whether design was faulty. If design was faulty, then in 40 years, did somebody check the design? Because a lot of people have to check.
Yeah.
And furthermore, if maintenance was, I said earlier, that maintenance also inspection has to be done and so on and so forth. So these as far as individual responsibilities go. Now let me come to the system also.
Yeah.
Now thing is that we have got in our country, as per the Indian Road Congress report, we have got more than 5 lakh bridges, of which, as per their estimate, 25% bridges are in condition, require serious repair of one or the other kind, some small, some big. So if 1,25,000 bridges require repair, does it not cost require so much of staff, so much of money?
Yeah.
But our system is such, and also that we are more prone to creating infrastructure, add new bridges, add new highways, new flyovers,
And I tend to question there, Mr. Krishna, that, you're adding all of this infrastructure, but quality clearly is being compromised in the process. And just a quick update that's also come in, unfortunately, the death toll now has risen to 13. And among those who've died, is a 2-year-old as well as a 4-year-old child. And these little children plunged to their deaths because of perhaps the shoddy construction. That's something that we'll await an investigation on. But I'd also like to bring in on this broadcast Mr. Sanchetti, who's been waiting patiently to also have a say on what's been happening. Mr. Sanchetti, see, clearly at this point, Mr. Krishna has highlighted that we've got much older bridges out there which have stood the test of time. And yet this kind of a bridge comes crashing down. My concern is that today, at a time when, we talk about world-class infrastructure, we're in a tearing hurry to go ahead and inaugurate projects. Are we compromising on quality?
Yes, you are right. You are very much right. And Secretary Urban Development has also narrated very well about the conditions of the bridge and new bridges which are being constructed all over the India. When we talk about the bridges or the infrastructure has to be a system, a process. The special planning means whenever we talk about the infrastructure, then it has to go through the better planning, means best planning. So planning is the first stage and the first part of designing any infrastructure. It is also related with the bridge.
Yep.
And the second part is technical. If you talk about the technical aspects, means it has to have a base of the technical examination and technical approvals and technical process. Then we talk about the second stage, that is a hydrological study. When we talk about the hydrological study, means river depth of the river, span of the river, flow of the river, flood level of the river, means the velocity of water is also very important while examining or while designing the bridges. Then we talk about the geotechnical investigations, means it is also very important while constructing the bridge. Means what kind of soil is there, what kind of rocks are there, what kind of capacity of bearing rocks is there. So that is also very important when we design the bridge over any river or any nala or any big river. We have to take care of the geological or geotechnical investigation. Then we should also see the environmental aspects.